African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 10th of May, 2024. From 5 to May 10th, 2024, in response to the Kiev regime's attempts to damage objects of Russian power infrastructure and defense industry enterprises of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, 27 group strikes by long-range high-precision sea and air-based weaponry, including the Kinzhal aeroballistic hypersonic missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles, were delivered, as a result of which Ukrainian power infrastructure, military industry enterprises, and railroad infrastructure were wiped out. In addition, strikes were delivered at air defense weaponry, petroleum, oil, and lubricants bases, uncrewed surface vehicles and unmanned aerial vehicles production and maintenance workshops, temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian nationalists formations and foreign mercenaries, as well as armed forces of Ukraine manpower and hardware clusters on railroad loading stations. Over the past week, 13 Ukrainian servicemen surrendered on the line of contact. Units of the West Group of Forces liberated Kodlyarivka and Kislavka, Kharkov region, as well as inflicted losses on units of 9 armed forces of Ukraine brigades near Stelmakovka, Novoselkovskoye, Lugansk People's Republic, Novosadivoy, Donetsk People's Republic, and Sinkovka, Kharkov region. 14 counterattacks launched by assault detachments of 3 armed forces of Ukraine brigades and 1 Ukrainian National Guard brigade were repelled near Krakmelnoye, Kharkov region, Chervenaya Dybrova, Lugansk People's Republic, and Grigorovka, Donetsk People's Republic. The armed forces of Ukraine losses amounted to up to 1,015 Ukrainian troops, 3 tanks, including 2 German-made Leopard tanks, 5 armored fighting vehicles, including 1 US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 5 motor vehicles, and 23 field artillery howitzers, including 5 Western-made samples. 1 US-made and /TPQ-36 counter-battery warfare station was also neutralized. During active combat operations, units of the Southern Group of Forces continued to advance to the depth of enemy defenses. Losses were inflicted on manpower and hardware of 2 armed forces of Ukraine assault brigades, 8 mechanized brigades, 3 territorial defense brigades near Spornoye, Andriivka, Elizavetovka, Kurdiamovka, Pobeda, and Grigorovka, Donetsk People's Republic. 1 counterattack launched by assault detachments of 1 armed forces of Ukraine mechanized brigade was repelled near Krasnoye, Donetsk People's Republic. The armed forces of Ukraine losses amounted to more than 1,985 Ukrainian troops, 3 tanks, 6 armored fighting vehicles, including 1 US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 26 motor vehicles, 35 field artillery howitzers, including 13 supplied to Ukraine by Western countries. In addition, the US-made and /TPQ-50 and /TPQ-36 counter-battery warfare stations, as well as 3 field ammunition depots were wiped out. Units of the Center Group of Forces liberated Novokolinovo, Donetsk People's Republic, inflicted losses on units of 12 armed forces of Ukraine brigades, and repelled 48 enemy counterattacks near Semyonovka, Solovyovo, Okrotino, and Netelovo, Donetsk People's Republic. The armed forces of Ukraine losses amounted to more than 2,360 Ukrainian troops, 4 tanks, including 1 German-made Leopard tank and 2 US-made Abrams tanks, 16 armored fighting vehicles, including 2 US-made Bradley infantry fighting vehicles and 1 German-made Marder infantry fighting vehicle, 30 field artillery howitzers, and 1 Czech-made Vampire MLRS. Units of the Vostok Group of Forces improved the tactical situation and inflicted losses on 2 armed forces of Ukraine mechanized brigades and 2 territorial defense brigades near Urozhenoye, Staromerskoye, Vodyanoye, and Prechestovka, Donetsk People's Republic. The armed forces of Ukraine losses amounted to up to 860 Ukrainian troops, 7 tanks, 8 armored fighting vehicles, 19 motor vehicles, and 17 field artillery howitzers. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on manpower and hardware of 3 Armed Forces of Ukraine brigades as well as Marines brigades, Territorial Defense brigades, and Ukrainian National Guard brigades near Zoloteya Bacha Tokaryavka, Ivanovka, Mikhailovka, Stepnoy, Kherson region, and Pavlovka, Zaporizhzhia region. One counterattack launched by an assault detachment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine 118th Mechanized Brigade was repelled north of Rabotino, Zaporizhzhia region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine losses amounted to up to 240 Ukrainian troops, 9 motor vehicles, 20 field artillery howitzers, including 11 U.S.-made M777 howitzers. Missile troops, artillery, and unmanned aerial vehicles of the groups of forces of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation wiped out one Western-made missile weaponry depot near Odessa, one S-300 surface-to-air missile system radar station, and one P-19 detection and tracking radar station for detection and tracking of aerial targets. In addition, one fuel depot, the Armed Forces of Ukraine Joint Logistics Center, was destroyed. Aviation and air defense units shot down one Su-27 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Forces, 3 U.S.-made Adams operational tactical missiles, 17 French-made Hammer and U.S.-made JDAM guided aerial bombs, 30 GLSDB, HIMARS, Uragan, and Vampire MLRS projectiles, as well as 163 unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 594 aircraft, 270 helicopters, 23,905 unmanned aerial vehicles, 512 anti-aircraft missile systems, 15,964 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,282 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 9,437 field artillery guns and mortars, and also 21,570 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.